everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be filming my top GCSE apps that I found most helpful during my GCSE years. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so the first app I want to talk to you about, so I have a little education section in my apps, which is kind of sad, but I want to show you the Forest app. So this Forest app is basically, I think it costs money, but it's only a couple of pounds, and it's basically a timer where you use it to focus when you're studying. So for example, you just set a amount of time that you want to be focusing, anywhere from 10 minutes all the way up to 2 hours, and you can turn on or off the deep focus mode, which means that you are not allowed to go on your phone, or you are allowed to go on your phone. And basically if you go on your phone when you're in deep focus mode, or if you stop your timer when you're studying on the normal mode, then your tree will die, your plant will die, and then you will have a smaller forest. So you can see my little forest. I haven't had anything today in this week, I have in the month, and that's how much I have in a year because obviously I haven't been studying very recently. So yeah, there you go, that's the first app I recommend. You can get very similar ones, just get a focusing app. It really does help just motivate you to focus a little bit more, which is what you need when you're trying to revise or study for any tests, not just the actual end result. Another one is the Adapt app. So I've just literally recently just made this for my A-levels, which is why I've still got dots on there, but basically the dots show you the subjects that you should be revising. So these are all the things it's telling me I should be doing today, and these are the things that I need to do for A-levels. And I've also got my triple biology on there because I didn't do triple and I'm taking biology at A-level, so I need to like catch up. But you basically put all your GCSE subjects on here. As you can see, I've got triple on here, and it shows you all of the different subjects in breakdowns, and you can rate how you feel on each subject, and that will depend how much it comes up on your different planners for how much you should revise it before your exam. So you set your exam dates on here, and it basically spreads all of the revision out until your exams. So it's quite overwhelming to look at, but it's really helpful to break down your subjects into like different categories, and you can see how much more you have to revise, which is so helpful. So yeah, Adapt app is great. I actually got it on beta when it came out at the end of last year, no, at the start of this year I think it was, and I've used it ever since. It's really helpful. Another app is get a Timetable app of some sort. I use this one, it's literally just called Timetable. I'm gonna have to cross out all the names on here probably, but basically it just showed when I had stuff, and this is really handy, especially if you have a smartwatch or something. I didn't at school because I only had my Fitbit, which doesn't show my timetable, but I know my sister did. She has an Apple Watch, and it's really helpful because you can just glance at your watch and see what you have next. But yeah, either that or a planner app is really helpful. Another one that I feel like you'll hear about all the time is Quizlet. So Quizlet is great if you want to use flashcards to revise, and it basically, you can make your own flashcards or you can use someone else's. So I had folders for history, I had folders for English, maths, Spanish, science, I had loads. I didn't actually take Spanish at GCSE, just so that was just before GCSE, because I used to use this before GCSE as well. So if you're not even a GCSE student, these are really helpful. This is really helpful. So you can revise anything from physics equations to Jane Eyre quotes to business finance equations. There's so much that you can find on Quizlet, and you can make any one yourself. So, you know, any questions that come from the exam. So for example, in history we had the Whitechapel describe two features question, and it could only be a list of certain amounts, so like it could only be certain questions, so we knew what was going to come up, so we just had to revise the answers to all of those, which obviously I never actually got to answer, but you know, so you can also create and play, like share it with your friends and get your friends ones. So it's really great to use. I definitely recommend getting Quizlet. Also, two ones that are completely related to your schools. If your school has an email, make sure you download an email app. I had Outlook because I wanted it separate from my actual like normal mail. This is really helpful for keeping track of your school emails, as the app will like send you notifications and stuff, and my school used to get upset if we didn't look at our emails. So that is really helpful if your school has emails. And also if you, my school use class charts, but if you, whatever homework app, I know lots of people use Show My Homework and things like that, but whatever app they use for like homework and just set it, like showing you stuff online, make sure to download that because it's really handy to have. And also you can get many planner apps on your phone if you don't want a physical planner, like I mentioned in my things to buy for GCSEs, then you can use, for example, I used Google Calendar, which was really helpful. Just ignore the things I have in there. But back in the day I used to use it a lot. Let me find, I'm just going to scroll back through the months and just show you when I used to use it a lot. This is in April when we used to use it a lot. Me and my boyfriend had a shared calendar, so that's why there's so much on it. But this was really handy to keep track of everything that's going on, and it's just, yeah, it's just really, really handy. So if you have a busy life, then definitely make sure to get a planner or a app where you can use, and you can even share it with people then if you have it on your phone. But there's other planner apps I've used as well. I just haven't found one I absolutely love, and I just use my physical planner now, which is why you can't see any planner on my phone. Okay, so this one isn't an app, so I haven't got it on my phone for you to see, but it is Seneca, and if you don't use Seneca for vision, I honestly I couldn't recommend it highly enough. Seneca is so helpful, and it is how I learned most of my content. It does repetitive learning, but it's just it's just a nicer way to revise than just sitting and writing like flashcards or whatever. So if you haven't tried out Seneca, please give it a go. I actually invested in Seneca Premium in year 11, and I'm going to invest in it next year for A-levels, because honestly just having just quick resources at hand and being able to have the higher level stuff and things in Seneca Premium, which isn't that expensive if you look into it, and I honestly think it's so worth it. So have a look at Seneca. If it's not an app yet, but it is a website, and you can access it on your phone. It's phone friendly, or you can get it on your computer. But yeah, make sure to use Seneca. A few other websites, there's YouTube channels, and there's lots of like history YouTube channels. If you're taking history, then there's a lot of videos you can watch. Just literally search GCSE history in your topics, and there's like fun cartoony videos and other things that you can watch, which is another fun way of revising. And you can also we got recommended free science lessons, which I'm sure you already know about, but that actually was quite good if you didn't know about a certain topic, because you could find it quite easily. And of course Hegarty Maths, the famous one, but it is actually quite helpful to revise from if you just need to answer a few questions and have a deeper understanding of it. So yeah, make sure to use the resources you're given by your school as well. So another one lots of people recommend is, okay, so Stat Revise, you can get different subjects on. So for GCSE you can get combined science, triple science as well, which is really helpful. So I have combined science, and basically have lots and lots of videos that you can watch, and basically have lots of lessons on all the different subjects, and a few of them are locked for me, but I think you unlock them as you go along. And so that's just a few GCSE revision resources that you can use. Also make sure to use pre-made flashcards and revision guides. Just use as much as you can, but apps and websites are also really helpful. Even BBC Bite Size is helpful sometimes just to get information. But yeah, it's just a different way to revise. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed watching and you found an app or website that you haven't even heard of before and you're able to use to revise for your GCSEs. If you did enjoy watching this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you very soon for another video. Bye!